With Brexit making a large talking point of the election, I initially spoke to York Central seat holder since 2015, Rachel Maskell of Labour, to get her thoughts on the pressing topic.
Labour believes that now that we know so much more about Brexit, now that we've learnt about what a deal could look like, is that we put that back to the people in a referendum. And therefore we'll negotiate a new deal, bringing in elements of Theresa May's deal, but adding in customs union and single market, and then putting that back to the people, a better deal, people having a final say, and then we'll implement that all within 6 months.
What do you say to people in York who voted to leave and still want to leave?
Well, I would say that if you voted to leave and still want to leave, you have the opportunity to vote to do so again. If you want to remain, you can vote remain again, or if you have changed your mind, you have got that choice.
The Liberal Democrats have come into this election with a strong anti-Brexit stance, and their candidate, James Blanchard, explained why, with particular focus on its effect on York.
Well, we want to stop Brexit. It's as simple as that. Every vote for the Liberal Democrats in this election is a vote to stop Brexit. In York, we've seen communities torn apart by the issue. York as a whole voted to remain, and we've seen a lot of families where one parent has come from overseas, being told that they might not be able to stay living with their parents. We've got a big shortage of health workers in the hospital. 1 in 10 nurses posts are actually vacant across the NHS. And a big chunk of that is because of the sheer number who aren't coming from the European Union anymore. We need people to come here to work for us, to look after us in our hospitals, in our care homes, in all sorts of our industries. We want to welcome them with open arms.
Meanwhile, the Conservatives have a strong pro-Brexit stance, with their candidate, Fabia Tate, explaining exactly why.
Well, in terms of Brexit, we've been talking about this a lot on the doorstep, and there's a real clear message that people want to get it done. Whether they voted Remain previously or to leave, the appetite is there to get it done and stop it dominating our politics and our news. And then we can move on to measures that really affect the everyday person. So that's what the Conservatives are offering. Every single Conservative candidate has taken a pledge that they'll vote through Boris's deal, and hopefully if we can secure this majority, we will be out by the end of January, and then we can move on to issues that affect everyone.
The Green Party in York, however, will be campaigning against Brexit, according to their candidate, Tom Franklin.
We had a referendum. It very narrowly decided that we wanted to leave, but we didn't know at that stage what sort of leave it was. We need to find out whether people actually like what's been negotiated. We need a people's vote on whether to accept the deal that's been negotiated or whether to remain in the European Union.
We were able to obtain statements from the remaining 3 candidates for York Central, and the Brexit parties was naturally firm on the issue, as Nicholas Skiller stated. Voters don't have an option on Brexit from the main parties, only the Brexit Party offer a meaningful Brexit. The Social Democratic Party's Andrew Dunn is also a believer in honouring the initial vote, as he said, "Democracy is central to what the SDP is about, and our politicians must honour the outcome of the referendum by delivering Brexit. Undermining democracy will not help York or anywhere else." And the Yorkshire Party also echoed a pro-Brexit stance, as their candidate Andrew Snedden stated, "We support Brexit as a matter of democracy, given both government and opposition agree to honour the referendum. We propose a close relationship with the EU, similar to Norway, as a reasonable compromise." And you'll have the chance to vote for one of these candidates in York Central on Thursday the 12th of December. Rory Ward, That's TV.